for about 2 or 3 weeks. I've been here off and on. Other than that, I think some of my grass now that some of the contractors are running over it is taking hold.
Yeah, about time.
But I'm sure they'll run over it again. Do y'all have any questions for me or
Thank you,
anything
Fire
else?
Chief.
We're always accepting volunteers. I appreciate everything everybody did yesterday or Saturday and came out. The fireworks were good.
Y'all did a great job.
Yes.
You did.
Thank you for your hard work.
What I have here is a change order in my hand. You need to forward that to Alan or whoever. That is the change order requesting the change from 62 to 47.
Right.
And you need to get that in Alan's little hot hands, and let's get cracking. And Angela, get these minutes, and we'll submit that packet to the proper authorities.
I just think it's great that it's gone from $89,000 down to 47. You know, so I mean, regardless of what this whole thing costs, ulcers and everything else for everybody, it's
Stonebridge is a good contractor too. They'll do pretty much what they say, so.
Fire Chief, when you're feeling better, we need to go to Inez. We need to go to her street
on
because
20.
she said that we didn't have any repair out there.
Yeah, I've been trying to get down
every
20
street.
because I went down 21 and I haven't checked 20. And I've got 2 culverts and high saw to go check. I've got a list. I've just been kind of incapacitated. And if there's small holes, we can buy the stuff.
We can buy some wrap.
Like Mrs. Drost, Alderman Drost was saying earlier, they sell the cold pack too, and these 5-pound, 8-pound, you know, a couple 100-pound deals, and we can go out there and put it in there and pack it ourselves cheaper than buying a full truck.
Far Central Drive, we'll show them too.
We've already done most of that.
Hold on.
Shut up.
Are you too, Fire Chief?
Yes, if y'all are through with me, I'm sorry, I'm leaving.
Okay, well, no, you have the right to leave. You gotta fight fires, and you're the one that's worse than me.
I do want to say one other thing, and,
Sure.
and I don't mean to, I just wanted to talk good about the firefighters for a minute of the 3 cities that we, yesterday, for example, we had a fire on 4223, and then they called out for a structure fire on 4117 at the same time. While we were en route to those, they dropped another fire, grass fire with structures in danger on 4101. Now, we have an automatic mutual aid agreement, and we worked hard for 3 or 4 years to forward these alliances. So when Coffee City got the call for the structure fire, everybody's rolling this way, you know. And what happened there is we were able to divert a Franklin truck, and a Berryville truck, and a Coffee City truck to 4101 for the grass fire. And then we had some other trucks go to the structure fire and dealt with that. So like at Berryville yesterday, they actually had a Moore Station truck, a Berryville truck, Coffee City truck, Franklin truck, 2 Coffee City trucks. And my whole point of that is you'll see us sometime in Berryville, you'll see us sometimes at noonday, but if you look up, you'll see noonday down here helping us, we're helping Franklin. And the good part about that is because we didn't have to wait 10 minutes to get on the scene to call somebody. Trucks were already rolling. And fire on 4101, Mr. Rutledge was actually there, and Gatlin. The citizens did a good job. They turned their sprinkler systems on, used some water, but it was a hard fire to see and get to. But there's some nice houses there that could have
Yes, there was.
been in a bad situation. But I just want to tell you that I think that, you know, I'm not worried about me. I'm talking about the firefighters for Berryville, Coffee City, Franklin, Moore Station. I think they're doing a bang-up job with the numbers they got.
Oh, yeah.
Well, if you don't mind, they've been fighting these fires lately with 3 people. 2 at work. They've been fighting these fires last couple of days with 3 people. 2 at work and 2 work at the penitentiary, so they're on shift. So they've been doing one hell of a job. Excuse my expression. I don't care.
It never comes out at 5 o'clock in the afternoon when everybody's home ready. So if you could schedule those, Mr. Rutledge, because you've been by 2 of them fires now.
I didn't do it.
Let it come out.
Chief, could y'all use that pump that we talked about months ago if y'all had it?
Not on these 2 calls. Actually, the good thing about these 2 calls was there was water right there on one, and then right there at Allentown, there's a hydrant right there at 4223 and 4117. Now, we went ahead and, I mean, everything was good.
Well,
But there are some times that we do need that.
on behalf of the city council don't know, and the mayor, there's a small little donation for you, but you put that in the treasury.
And pay for tires.
That's for strong arming liquor stores and threatening people and
Oh,
putting
no.
police in their
Don't
parking
say-
lots.
don't say we're threatening.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Don't say that word.
Anyway, thank you, sir.
I'm covered in
Chris,
them.
if you
$700 for tires.
get a chance to work on, or get us any closer to our insurance rating,
We're just got to set up a class, and we've got one person in a certification class, and that'll give us our number of certified people. And as soon as that one's finished, which is supposed to be October, November timeframe, we'll submit to the state.
can you give us a
Hold
time
on.
frame?
Let him go, I'd like to.
Hold on. They didn't finish.
Yeah, we'll submit to the state probably October, November timeframe when that person finishes that class.
Hopefully by next summer, we may have our insurance certification.
Yeah, I don't have all the days and numbers in front of me, but I gave it to y'all one time a couple of months ago. It's like, we send them the deal, we're ready to test, they get 60 days, then there's 30 days.
Okay.
It's about a 180-day process from start to end. So if we can start in November, maybe by May or June.
I'll leave you alone till then.
Well, no, you always stay on me, but what we have to do is, a lot of it, just to get 9 and 10, is just you have paperwork documentation of certified firefighters and certified equipment. Of course, we have the equipment. We need those other 2 firefighters that are finishing up, so.
Okay. Thank you.
Go ahead.
If I hadn't been able to get a straight answer, I get one different answer story from the paper, a different story from everybody else. Who started the fire in Briarwood? Who is liable for it? Who's for the damages from it?
Okay, I can't give you any names. Now, you can do an open deal and you can send it to me and I'll give you a copy of the report, but I don't have his name either. Basically what happened is an individual started the fire and went fishing. Come back, all the fire trucks are there. That's the skinny of it. And yes, and that's where CenturyLink is going for their money, because he did it. That's no different than you starting a fire in your yard and going hunting. You know,
Well,
once it crosses the property lines, he's liable.
You know why it was reported as a control burn to 9/11?
Okay, now, earlier that morning, we had a brief little storm come through and somebody had saw a lightning strike. Oh, okay, and we responded to it because they thought a house or something was on fire. When we pulled up there, he was there, lightning starting it. It was just a coincidence that the lightning and him were at the same time. So at that point, it was a controlled burn. That's why it was called back in as a controlled burn, because he was there. But then he left and went fishing. And then when he come back, of course, you can see the world was on fire. But, you know, y'all, Highsaw might be grateful. Y'all probably got better phone service and internet service now. Y'all got 2 new boxes, 2 new fiber optic cables, main tags up to the pole. There's always a silver lining to every cloud.
Thank you, Fire Chief.
Thank y'all.
I'll see you when I see you. Thank
Thank
you.
y'all.
That guy there is something else, I'll tell you. I can't brag enough on certain individuals in this city. I really don't. When you got only 3 people and you managing the things that he's managing, and you wonder how he's doing it, and he is probably about 70%. He was hurting me, and I could see it in his eye. So, you got some people that really go out for the majority of you, one way or another way. Anyway, we got council member forecast. Council's members forecast, right? Yeah. So we just snuck him in. Council member forecast. Let's start with council member place 1. Who's that? Who's one, Ezra? Do we not know
I don't
what
have
he's
it memorized. Is Darlene?
I know who I am.
Are you placing one, Darlene?
No, she's 2. She's 2 on 4.
Maybe it's Mike Option.
It's either you
I'd have
or-
to go look at my list. I don't have it memorized.
What did you say the
How
others
funny,
two?
they don't know.
What did you say the
Why
others
don't we
two?
start with Pam and go around?
Why don't we start with Pam?
Everybody wants to start with you. If you don't mind. If you don't mind.
I don't mind going first at all, like, get it off my plate.
All right, go ahead.
All right. Well, I wrote a bunch of stuff out, typed it out so I could read it, because I'm not a public speaker and I am not a politician.
You're a council member, so you're a politician.
I ran for office back in May of 2011 because I was seeing some things that I didn't like in the city, and the main thing was the lack of transparency. And so that is why I ran. And the reason that I want to say something to Adam Gonzalez, first of all. I appreciate you asking this question, and I think it was a good question that you asked, and I appreciate the opportunity to let you know how I feel about things up here. The state government defines a transparent government as one that posts 3 items for the public to see. It's an audit, it's the budget, and it's the current check register. There are none of those posted here. I've been trying to get that done, and it's fallen on deaf ears. The first thing on the audit, there had not been one since 2005, and which is one of the reasons I ran for office. And as I understand it now, the reason that we've had the most recent audit is because this $250,000 grant money required it, and not because the leadership of this city asked for it. The second is the budget. I feel like last year we worked hard on a budget. I think we had a workshop and we all came together and came up with a pretty good budget. It's not posted here for you to see, but this year there was not even any input on the budget from the council members. The mayor presented it. You people did not even get to speak as to what your inputs were on it. If you wanted to see some money forecasted for roads, for lights, for traffic safety somewhere, for whatever your ideas are, those were not even heard up here. I think that's wrong, and I think we need to start doing that. So that is a definite goal that I have. The third thing is the check register. To me, if you are informed on where money is being spent, the money that's in the city, you know what financial shape this city is in, you're going to be able to come to this meeting more informed, with better suggestions, or maybe ideas of even how to help, especially in the economic times that we're in. I don't approve. I know I've been asked, why do you not approve the check registers? I don't feel like we need to approve every check that's written. The overhead expenses, the lights, the utilities, the gasoline bill, the payroll, the taxes, those sort of things are to me, consent should be a no-brainer, as we say. But when money is transferred from one account to another, when large expenditures are made and the council does not approve them ahead of time, I cannot go with that. I cannot approve it. That's why I don't approve these check registers. You know, the city should really just have one general fund. We actually have 2. We have 2 different bank accounts that hold general fund money. We do not see anything from the Southside bank account. It's never brought to the table to be viewed. You have never been given any information on it. You could probably open record request it. Don't know that it would tell you that much. But at any rate, I just feel like that is one thing I would like to change in the future, would be to have general fund money under one account, and that exposed for everyone to see and know where we are for the city's finances. I think that if the city would start showing this transparency, like I've mentioned these things, it would let y'all help envision what we do want for the city. We are just representatives for you. And if you want better roads, you want better bridges, you want better traffic control, you want better police department, you want a better secretary, you want whatever, love you, Angela, that's why we're here, is to do what you want. That is the purpose of this council, that's why you elect us. That brings me to another issue, of you too, John, that I would like to see reinstated, and that's the open forum. I was real happy to see it on the agenda tonight. I think that is wonderful. I think that's what we need to have all the time. I'm not exactly sure why it was put on the agenda tonight. I'm sure I'm gonna find out. But like I said, you know, we're here to hear your concerns, or we should be. In addition to that, what I would like to see the city have is own their own website and to post all this information that I'm talking about on it. I would like for them to have the videos of this council meeting on it for the people who can attend to come see it. I would also like to see the Economic Development Board's meetings on that website for people who can attend that can see it. And they'll be a little bit better informed of what's going on with their city. As for the Economic Development Board, personally, I don't think they've ever given the council any information as to what they envision for the city, what their plans are for this city. I cannot tell you right now what the Economic Development Board is working on for Coffee City. And I think we need to know that, and I think you, the people, need to know that. I don't know what their long-term plans are. We need to start, I mentioned this earlier, that we need to start promoting our biggest asset, and that is the lake. I do not vision Coffee City being a Dallas or even a Tyler for that matter. I like our rural community. I like it small, but I think we can grow it to keep that same atmosphere. I think we can invite businesses. I think we should promote our hotels, our motels, our bed and breakfasts right here to encourage them with growth and what have you, to bring people to come see our lake. I feel like if we promote an interest in fishing and boating, then people will come, and you know, maybe that will even help us attract more business that way. I think our board needs to be made up of some members that have this agenda in mind. I think we have a few members, I won't speak to all the members on the board, but we do have a few members that have personal agendas, and that's no place for the city. And then I would like to see some leadership. We need some leadership that will be open to listen to all of your views, whether you're a concerned citizen, whether you're G.I. Joe, whether you're Pam Drost, whatever, you know, to listen to everybody and treat everybody with a little more respect and have a little more harmony. This right now is the worst economic time that Coffee City has ever seen. And I think rather than us crying about, oh, what's happened in the past or whatever, we need to pull together. We're going to need some strong leadership to get us through this. You know, and as far as predicting the future, I don't have a crystal ball. I don't know any one person has all the answers. But my deal was when I ran was, I think a smart person will surround themselves with intelligent people. You may know more about the fishing community. You may know more about the roads. You may know maybe a library would be good. You may know the police business better. You need to have people around you and listen to those. No one person has all the answers. And I hope y'all keep that in mind when November comes around. So thank you.
Mike?
Well, what I want for the future is what's been going on. I think that we took this city from a big hole in the ground to where we are now. And when I first got elected to this council 3 years ago or whatever, I remember seeing the police car out here when I drove by and they either had a roll of duct tape to hold a bumper on, or they had a battery cable hooked up to a private car trying to start a police car. And the first thing I did was buy police cars, and then I realized that the
Which
fire,
are paid for.
yeah, I might as well have, but and they're all paid for, you know. They just and well, the only thing is did we pay the large engine off? I can't remember. But
That was the second that was here.
yeah. Then the fire department needed equipment, they needed proper vehicles, and I pushed that with everything I had to get it, and I have been criticized ever since, but I think our police department is a very good police department, and I think they're very attentive. I think they got some decent vehicles to ride around in. No more jumper cables and duct tape. Fire department, we rigged them up the best we could. And it's like you say, they're paid for them. I would like to see businesses invited to this area. I'm not asking for Las Vegas, but I think it would be good to promote businesses here so that they would bear the tax burden. I think we need to have to where the business would pay that. It doesn't have to be anything spectacular. I would love to see restaurants here. I would love to see a Walmart built on Lake Palestine, because from the demographics that I've seen, there's more people on Lake Palestine than there is in Tyler. And that's my understanding, with all the communities combined. And I would like to see that just put down as close as it could to here. You know, maybe in the city. That would pretty much cure all of our ills. What is the tax revenue on that? Is $1 million a year?
Financially.
We'd buy them the property if they'd come here, wouldn't we? That would just pretty much do it. Like I say, I don't think that, I don't think anybody would have any objections to some more restaurants here. And I had a plan at one time when I first got elected. I had talked with several businessmen up and down what I call the Strip, which is 155, and I knew of one or two in particular that was having trouble with their septic tanks. And I had approached them, and I actually called a little meeting between me and those people, and we had an engineer out there that gave a price on a sewer system. We had considered buying some property, which we could have well afforded at the time to put this sewer system in it. It had plenty of other property for other projects, and everything, for some reason or another, when I introduced that, it was to be paid for, of course, by the businessmen, and they would sell shares off of this as other businesses moved in. And by the time certain people got a hold of that and through with it, they just butchered the whole thing. It would actually sustain itself. This thing would be paid for by the businessmen. They would sell the shares off, and eventually they would have little to no investment in this plant. And of course, by that time, when you instigated that many businesses in the city could have taken over the plant. And from my understanding from that engineer, that thing was one-man operation, and that would have kept the businesses going. I never liked the idea of a residential sewer system. There's too many government regulations. We realized that they would not have put forth ample money